So you're thinking about moving to Lexington, Kentucky? Well, don't. Unless you can handle these 6 things. Number 6, just because Kentucky is one of the most underrated states in the entire country does not mean that there's no competition when it comes to buying a home here, especially within Lexington city limits. That said, Lexington's real estate market has definitely cooled since its peak back in the COVID days, and now we're seeing way more options for buyers. Homes are sitting longer and longer on the market. So what that means for buyers is they have more opportunity at getting awesome homes and better deals. And in general, affordability here is still great, especially when compared to the rest of the United States. The median sold price for a single family home in Lexington in July of 2025 was around $350,000, which is still about $100,000 less than the national averages. But when I say cooler and more affordable for this market, I don't mean easy. We still need to be smart. There's certain things that sellers like to see and then don't like to see around here, and not offending them is absolutely something that we need to consider. The housing market is an art and a science, but if you get it right, buyers today can crush in this market. The seller is paying their loan fees. The seller is doing minor or even major repairs on their behalf, or the seller is giving them a credit, a check at closing so they can do updates on their own. One of my buyers even got $35,000 in seller paid concessions that he used to buy down his rate, and it saved him literally $500 per month on his mortgage payment. Crazy. All to say, if you want a market where everything falls into place with zero effort, Lexington's current market might still feel like a challenge because you need a strategy. But that's where me and my team come in. We help people get the best deals and terms with the least amount of money out of pocket, especially people who are moving out of state who really need someone in their corner who understands local things. So if this sounds like you, hit me up and we'll get kicked off in the right direction. Number 5 is if you hate weather whiplash. So Lexington does have 4 seasons, true. We have this bright, blooming, magical springtime, super hot and humid summers, then crisp and colorful fall, and then a few good snowfalls per year in the winter. So it's like a really good mix. But here's the fun part. In just 1 week, and sometimes even 1 day, you could see all of the seasons. It's not uncommon for it to be 70 degrees and sunny and then literally snow the next day. This happens in January, but also in April. Summers are pretty much the only season that you can actually count on. Hot summer heat, baby! Hot southern heat, and the humidity feels like you hit a wall when you open the front door and venture outside. From June to August, our humidity often stays around 70 to 80% or more. Y'all, that thick air makes 85 degrees feel like 95. And I've had days where I walk from my door to my car and I feel like I already need another shower. But hey, it is reliable. Next. Number 4, do not move to Lexington if you are super into clubbing and more serious nightlife. Like if you're moving here from Miami or Vegas and you're looking for that same type of vibe, Lexington might not be a good next home for you. To break it down, first, we are a college town. So yes, our downtown has a lot of bars. So during the school year, especially Thursday through Saturday from about 9 p.m. till 3 a.m., the bars are pretty full of college kids, think mostly 21-year-olds or younger. And then for anyone outside of that college kid realm, there's still a lot of activity. So there's a growing craft beer scene, there's a handful of some really cool speakeasies that I love, and a lot of options when it comes to live music. And I am actually going to see Everclear in like 2 weeks at the Manchester Music Hall, which I am freaking stoked about because it brings me back, you know, the good old days in the 90s growing up. Yep, millennials, shout out, you know what I'm talking about. But if your current standard of nightlife is like a major metro type of city, New York City, Nashville, or even Charlotte, you will feel the difference here in Lexington. Number 3, do not move here if you hate sports. Here's the deal. Kentucky has no major sports teams, no NFL, NBA, MLB, so every bit of this energy and ounce of passion funnels straight into the University of Kentucky. This isn't just college athletics for people here, it is a way of life. But football, the city shifts. Streets shut down, everyone's tailgating, everyone's watching the game, whether you're packed into the stadium or glued to the TV, everyone's wearing blue. In short, if you truly hate sports, Lexington probably isn't for you. But if you can appreciate a culture of intensely loyal people, then hey, Lexington just might be it. Number 2 on the list of reasons why you should not move to Lexington is if you fly international frequently. Yes, Lexington does have its own small, nuggety little airport called the Bluegrass Airport, LAX. That said, your options for direct flights are pretty limited. And if you need to fly to a big city or somewhere international, you'll often find flights from Lexington are more expensive and they're gonna require a connecting flight. So if you're a frequent flyer or global travel is a big part of your life, you might spend a lot of time driving. You can drive an hour and a half north to Cincinnati or about an hour and a half also to Louisville. In summary, if a big international airport is a non-negotiable for you, then moving to Lexington might not be a good fit. And number 1, and that's a drum roll, if friendly skepticism isn't okay with you, then you might not want to move to Lexington. Look, people here are genuinely welcoming, don't get me wrong, but here is what's interesting. Building close connections here can take some time. You'll meet a mix of people like myself and Drake who relocated here, but there are a lot of locals whose families have been here for generations on generations. And with that deep local history comes this subtle, yet definitely present form of skepticism. And after the initial super nice meeting, people will try to figure you out. They're gonna wanna know who you are, what you're about, what you do. So they're not trying to be weird or rude, it's just their way of trying to place you and figure out where you fit into this fabric of society, really. Over time, once you've consistently shown that you're genuine and you're real and you're happy to be here, you'll find that even the deep-rooted Lexington locals will accept you and bring you into their world. To recap, real connections here take time. So if you prefer a quicker, more transactional social interaction, this place might not be your scene. But from my own personal experience is that those lasting relationships are absolutely worth the effort. And if you're watching this, you're clearly doing your homework about making a smart choice for your next big move. So if you're thinking about relocating to Lexington, I would love to help. So hit me up directly below, text, email, Instagram, DM, whatever. All my contact information is in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's dropping next. Comment below if there's anything specific you want me to dig into, and thanks for watching. See you next time.